Good morning, students. For this video, I want to take a minute to explain to you the course and show you our Blackboard page and give you a chance to kind of look around and see how to get started before you actually come in on day one. Now, if you're here for the first day of class or you're logged into the Collaborate session for the first day of class, you're going to get all this information again. So if you're here that day, then you should be good to go. But I want to make sure that we have a recording of it for those that might miss or can't make it in on the first day. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. When you first log into Blackboard, you should come to a page that looks just like this. You're in the Begin Here section of your Blackboard page. If you are not seeing this, just click on Begin Here over on the left, and that should take you to the right page. So here you have all of the stuff that you need to get through the course to be able to find everything pretty easily. So you've got your announcements. I will post announcements here regularly. There's not anything there yet because I haven't made any announcements yet, but you will find announcements there several times a week. I do suggest that you look in and check that. I also suggest that you have the Blackboard app on your phone so that you get a notification whenever there's something going on, whenever I post an announcement, so you can get on and see what's going on there. The next tab down is your grade book. Here you'll find all of your grades, and you can see here that I've already got a lot of assignments plugged in, and as you start completing those, you will see those grades show up. Down here at the bottom, you have final grade, and that's going to be your final percentage, and that has all of the weights and everything already put in because I do use a weighted grading system. So that final grade is what your percentage is as of right now. Okay. This link takes you to attendance where you'll be able to see how your attendance looks. Course materials is where the bulk of the class is, and we'll go through that in just a minute. I'm going to walk you through the syllabus section first. You've got this NetTutor online tutoring resources section here. Those are just resources for you if you need a little bit of extra help. And then we've got our syllabus section. Okay, this is where you need to start on day one. So if you click on the syllabus section, you've got 3 items here. Okay, the first one, if you click on it, it pulls up a PDF file of the actual syllabus. And I'm not going to go over all of that stuff right now. You can read, hopefully, and find information that you need. And you'll get all this on day one in class anyway. If we go back, our course schedule. This is an outline of what the class looks like, of how we're going to be going through. And it shows you week by week exactly what we're doing. Okay, it has all of the different sections lined up. This first week, we're just going to be kind of an introduction to the course. Week 2, we'll get into part 1, which is the elements of music. That'll last for a couple of weeks. Week 4, we get into the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, and so on. You can also see where all of the exams are. Okay, and those are usually on the last day of the week for you, whether that's Thursday or Friday, depending on what schedule you're on. And if you're doing things synchronously, then you have until the following Monday. So let's say exam 1 is on September 11th, which will be that Friday. If you're in class on Friday, if you're in a Monday, Tuesday, Thursday class, that'll be on September 10th. So we'll take the exam in class that day, but if you're doing things synchronously, you'll actually have until Monday, the 14th, to turn that in. And that's at 8 a.m. on that Monday, so you'll need to do it over the weekend. And all of the due dates are clearly labeled and listed in each assignment and in each exam, so you can find those. Okay, so that's the course schedule, give you an idea. Now, I do have the final exam dates down here. So if you are in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. class, then your exam will be on December 11th at 10 a.m. If you're in the Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 o'clock class, your exam will be on the 14th of December at 10 a.m. And you can see how that works out for each individual class. And we'll talk more about finals as we get closer. And then I have some course expectations here. Okay, so here is what that document looks like. the expectations document. It's just got some basic information. Again, I'm not going to read this word for word, but it has some introduction stuff. It has how to contact me, and my general policy on getting back to students, all of that good stuff. Some information about finding help with Blackboard. If you're confused specifically about Blackboard, you can, on the left side of Blackboard, there's a Blackboard video help link that you can click on. You can also email me. I'm pretty proficient with Blackboard, and hopefully I can answer your questions. And if I can't, then I will definitely send you to somebody who can. You've got the technology requirements here. We are on Bring Your Own Device for all the Gen Ed sections now, so you will need to have a computer here. And specifically, it needs to not be a Chromebook. You could do most of the class with a Chromebook, but for the tests, you'll need the Respondus Lockdown browser, and that does not work with the Chromebooks. So I would suggest even an iPad will actually work with Respondus Lockdown browser, or a Mac or a PC to be able to do this class. All the assignments, turning in assignments, assignment details, you can read all of that stuff here. And again, we'll go over this on the first day of class. Okay, that does it for our syllabus folder. Everything else for the class will be mostly found in this course materials folder. And you'll have a folder for each section of the class. I only have part 1 available now. Towards the end of the first week of class, I'll go ahead and make part 2 available for those of you who like to work ahead. So if you click on each section, it's going to give you some information, what's going on that week, what your expectations are, and then you've got all of your assignments listed below. These top assignments, if it just says assignment and it has this little thing that looks like a test, this is set up like a test in Blackboard, but they're actually just assignments. I set them up that way so that they're self-grading, and it also gives you kind of a practice run for the test. These assignments are set up per chapter of the book. So anything that starts with a 1 is from part 1. And then after the dot is what chapter it refers to. So this first one is part 1, chapter 1. The next one is part 1, chapter 2. The next one is part 1, chapters 3 and 4, and so on. Okay, so as you're looking for answers, you know where to look in the book to be able to find. Now, one nice thing about these assignments is these also serve as your study guide for the test. These questions are the exact multiple choice questions that are going to show up on your exams. So I suggest that you do these and you make sure that you do them right. You have unlimited attempts on these, so do them as many times as you need to get all of the answers correct. That'll help boost your grade a little bit, and it'll also ensure that you've at least read the correct answer for the test whenever it's time to get there. These listening assignments down here are a little bit different. So these are Word document assignments. And whenever you click on these, it'll open up a Word document and you'll have a link at the top of those that you click on to listen to a piece of music. I have either Spotify or YouTube links for these, and then you'll just answer the questions based on what you're hearing. You also will notice in the book in chapter 1 for each of these pieces that you're listening to, there's the information is there. Some of the questions are going to be more common sense questions or things that you might have to look up, but most of them will come directly from that chapter of the book. So for those, you will open up the Word document, answer the questions on the Word document, save it. You have to make sure you save it first, and then upload it back into the assignment to turn it in. If you don't save it first, it's going to turn in a blank document for me and you won't get credit for that. Again, you have unlimited attempts on these assignments, so you can do them as many times as you need to. If you mess up the first upload, you can just re-upload it and you should be fine. These are not self-grading. I'll have to go through and grade them. So you're not going to be able to do them like you did with the other assignments and just do them over and over again. But at least if you make a mistake, you can go back and fix it. You don't have to email me or anything about it. Okay, and you will usually have 4 to 5 listening assignments for each unit, and they're broken down. Some of them will only have 2 questions or 2 pieces on them. Some of them will have 4 or 5 pieces on them. So I try to make it pretty evenly spread throughout the different parts so that they're all kind of worth the same amount of points. You'll see how those go as we move along in the semester. And then finally, when it comes to test time, you'll have a link down at the very bottom for each exam. I'll make that available on the day of the test. So you'll need to make sure that on the day of the test, for sure, you have your devices in class, because we are only doing online tests. I'm not doing any paper exams this semester. Part of that is because I'm kind of a hippie and I want to save paper. Part of that is also because of the spread of COVID-19. We want to try to limit that. And by not having paper to hand out to you, there's less of a chance of us spreading that disease to each other. Okay, make sure you're here for that. Make sure you've got Respondus Lockdown Browser set up. If you want to come in early on the first test day to make sure that everything's good to go, then you are, of course, welcome to. All right, and I think that is all that I want to show you in the class so far. You'll be able to find in Collaborate, you'll be able to find links to sessions. I have a session open right now that I'm doing. This is that test session. So I am going to record our classes, so you'll be able to find them there. And then if you're a synchronous student, this is where you'll go to log into class each day. Now, to make sure you understand, if you are a synchronous student, you have to be logged in during the class time. So if you're in my Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. class, you have to be logged in every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 10 a.m. to be counted as present for the class. This is not a fully online class where you can do it at your own pace. You do have to be logged in during those class times so you can participate in class, you can receive the lecture, and all of that good stuff. That also gives you a chance to be able to ask me questions. And again, we'll go over that. Blackboard Collaborate can be a little funky, so we'll spend a couple of days kind of making sure that we're good to go on that. If you need to send me an email, this is a quick and easy way to do it. You can hit the send email link there and be able to get to where you want to, or my email address is smithlogan@uaccm.edu. Nice and easy. You can get to me that way. Okay, that's all I needed to show you for now, and we'll see you in class.